Good morning, everyone. We have one more minute and we'll see if anyone else is going to be joining. I do have a few students that will be just using the recordings. And just 1 second here. Someone says they can't get the Zoom link to work. Just a sec. Alrighty. Click the link again. Click link again, because that's what someone else just did because they couldn't get in. I know she's in there. All right, so like I said, we have 1 more minute before class starts. We might be a little bit late. I'm just going to wait to see if this other student is able to get in. And I might have to give them a hand to get in. So how I set it up this time, some of you guys have done Zoom classes with me before. And I set it up where it's just me that you guys see. If you want for the next class for your video to work, well, so I can see you, let me know, and I will change the setting on it. All right. So I sent all of you also a link that you'd have a heads up on what. Sorry, I have a major brain fart this morning. On what yin poses that we were going to do. So then you knew if you needed props or not. If you did not get that link or you didn't see that, I emailed it to you. I gave you the links to, or not links, but the poses, and I showed that you may want to have blocks or books, or you may want to have a blanket. I know there's a few of you that do have tender knees and they don't like to have pressure on them. So I do highly recommend too, maybe have a bottle of water by, because like I said in some of my videos leading up to this event, this yin practice is power yin. So we have a yang to go with the yin. So we have a balance, a dynamic balance. So the yang is where we're going to have mobility and moving, creating heat, so that when we get into the yin poses, the fascia is ready and we're not trying to stretch a dry sponge. I hope that makes sense. So if you have any questions at the end of this class, shoot me a message through Facebook, or you have my email. I think you all have my email. If you don't, let me know and I'll send it to you. And then I can answer your questions. The recordings will be sent out probably by the afternoon, maybe beforehand, so then you can practice through the week. So that way, each class is going to be different, just so you guys know. I've designed this where you'll have, by the end, 4 sessions of different power yin classes where we're targeting different poses. And then that way, you can kind of dabble in on it and have different classes to practice whenever you want it. So here we go. I am going to come onto the mat. We're actually going to start in standing. So if you can come to standing, that would be fantastic. And I have the camera set up. I've been playing with it today. So I think you can mostly see me. You can see my mat. I can see me and I can see the mat. So hopefully that's coming through to you in the exact same way. There's going to be some where I do kneel down for you just so you can, there we go. Aha, full screen. Now I can totally see it. All right. So this way I can see what you can see or cannot. Some of the poses you won't see my hands. So I will come down onto the knees for a bit so you can see what my hands are doing if we need to see that. So coming to standing, you're going to be standing in Tadasana, and you can have the feet, parted slightly, maybe hip width apart, maybe even feet together. Shoulders are nice and relaxed, and your hands are going to point towards the screen or the wall in front of you, depending on where you're standing in your room. And what I want you to do is I want you to curl your toes under, gripping the mat, curling those toes under. Knees are soft, shoulders away from the ears. And finding that nice natural rhythm of your breath. Now release the toes, lift them up, and you're going to spread your toes apart and then place them down. Again, lift those toes, spread them apart, and then bring them down. And then we're going to do that gentle rocking from the heels to the toes. And then come to center. Push the outsides of the feet down so you're nice and anchored down. Again, focusing in on that natural rhythm of the breath. And on a breath in, raise those arms up. You're going to interlace the fingers, do a nice gentle steeple position of the fingers. So I'm just going to kneel down for a moment so you can see that, because I can tell in my camera it hasn't agreed with me this morning for you to see my full body extended up. And we're just going to do that gentle tick-tocking side to side. It's all in the upper body. It's just a gentle tick-tock. Push the outsides of those feet down. Shoulders away from the ears. And then come to center. We're going to add in a nice gentle circle. So we're going to do 3 circle rotations, one direction and then the other direction, making sure that we're not moving the hips with it, all right? We're going to try to just focus on the upper body, the upper torso. So you're going to come around and circle. When you get to 3 in one direction, I'm on round 2, you're going to go into the opposite way, doing 3 circles. So that was my 3. And now I'm going to go in the opposite direction. And then come up to center, allow those shoulders to relax down from the ears. If you have to reposition your feet, go ahead. If you want them together or that hip width apart, push the outsides of the feet down. We're going to go deeper into our tick-tock. So remember, shoulders down away from the ears. And now go deeper, side to side. Waking up that body. If you're like me and have been up since 6:30, you may still need this stretch. Yes, I was up at 6:30, because why wouldn't I be? Nice deep tick-tock. And one more. And then come up to center. If you need to take a moment here just to let that blood rush back down to the hands, I know I do. I'm just going to give a nice swing to those arms, let that blood rush back down to the wrists and hands and fingers. And then we're going to go back into our steeple hands. Sorry, just extending those arms up. This time, I'm going to kneel just so you can see. We're going to go into a deeper side stretch. So I'm going to take my right wrist, or right hand, grab my left wrist, pull up, and then I'm going to tip over to the right. So I'm getting a beautiful lateral stretch on the left side. Make sure your hips aren't taking a vacation out to the left. We want that lower body anchored down, feet grounding, pulling that left arm up and coming over to the right. And breathe. Take a moment to check in with the face. Are we concentrating so hard that we're tensing up the whole face? My little reminders, as some of you already know, loosen that jaw. So you're going to part those back teeth, drop the tongue down from the roof of the mouth. Eyes are soft, or you can have them closed. Then come back up to center. You're going to switch. So now I'm taking my left hand, wrapping it around my right, and then going over to the left, getting the nice stretch. So you should be feeling this on the right lateral side, more into the obliques, into here. Remember, don't take a vacation out. Keep that lower body straight up. Feet are anchored. If you feel you don't have that nice balance with the feet, take that time and reposition the feet. If you might need them wider apart, give yourself that distance, or maybe even further or closer together. Nice, smooth breath. Come on back up. I'm just going to turn onto the side profile for you. Again, feet, anchor them down. You're going to bring your hands to the lower back. We're coming to a supported back bend. We haven't warmed up the body completely, so we don't want to go full force into a back bend, especially standing up. We want to protect that spine. So you're looking forward in front of you. Arms or hands are on that lower back, fingertips pointing down towards the glutes. Activate the glutes. We want to protect the lower back, and you're going to exhale, gentle back bend. For some of us, we want to keep that neck neutral. So my eyes are going up towards where my wall meets my ceiling. There's a few of us that might want that opening to the neck and opening the throat, but listen to the lower back, or sorry, the neck. If it doesn't like that opening, doesn't feel good, if you feel like there's compression, bring your neck back up in line with the spine. Nice, smooth breath. And come up, bring that torso straight. You're gonna inhale those arms together. And on the exhalation, we're coming into a forward fold. We're gonna bend those elbows. So the opposite hand's coming onto the opposite elbow. And we're just dangling. Again, outer parts of the feet pushing down. If you need a bend in the knees, go ahead, give yourself that bend. And just hang on out. And getting some nice length in the lower back, the sacral and lumbar spine. That's why I'm saying if you feel like you need those knees bent, give yourself that bend. Now we're going to go a little bit deeper. If your hands don't reach the floor, that's okay. Bring the hands to the back of the legs and just bring yourself a little bit closer into your forward fold. And if you want that challenge, you can take those hands, tuck them underneath the heels, and have that string, imaginary string, some of you already know, being pulled up towards the ceiling and come into your fold. But for some of us, we may be here. Whatever feels delicious, as I say. Bring those arms on either side of the head, interlace the fingers, create that steeple effect with the hands, and then you're gonna come on up. Little back bend, and release those arms down. Take a moment, connect with the breath. If you're not at the top of your mat, make your way up to the top of your mat. You're gonna have those feet hip width apart or possibly further apart. We're gonna go into prayer squats. So we're gonna warm up the glutes, warm up the hamstrings, engage the core. So whenever we come into these yang poses where we're moving, building that mobility and strength, I want you to come in with it with control, not momentum. You wanna have full control of that movement. We're gonna be doing the prayer squats for 1 minute. So we're gonna be warming everything up. So again, you have those feet hip width apart, or if you feel like you want them a little bit wider, bring them a little bit wider. So to come into the prayer squat, you're gonna be coming down, sitting back, bring the hands to a prayer, and then coming up, extend. All right, so let's get ready. We're gonna be doing this for 1 minute. On your marks, I'm just joking. Here we go. Squat and up. Squat and up. We're not flying the body around. We have full control. We're not hinging at the waist. So if you feel like you're doing this, you're going too low. We want to have a sit back and up. Sit back and up. It's not a race. It's control. You pick the tempo that works best for you. We have 30 more seconds. You have control of that breath. When I sit back, I inhale. When I come up, I exhale. Last one, releasing those arms down to Tadasana. If you're not at the top of your mat or you moved yourself, make your way to the top. You're in that mountain pose. You're gonna inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. We're gonna take our time with our sun salutations. You're gonna inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Have those hands anchored down. Step the right foot back. We're coming into a lunge. You can bring that knee down if you need to. Stepping back to a plank. Again, those knees can come down. Please don't feel like those knees have to be up. I'm going to be demonstrating sun salutations with the knees down today. Then on a breath out, I'm coming down, bringing my chest down to the mat, and then I'm just gently pushing myself forward to a cobra. Then I'm going to push my way back, first to a table, then to downward dog. I'm going to bring my right foot forward. If I have to help my foot forward, I will. Bring my left foot forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, arms down. We're going to do the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring those hands down. Step the left foot back to a high lunge. I'm going to bring my knee down. Stepping back to a plank, have my knees down. My knees, I didn't wear the proper pants today. My knees are actually behind my hips, just so you know. Exhaling to my 6-point push-up. Inhale, gentle cobra. Exhale, downward dog. I'm going to step that left foot forward. I'm even going to bring my right knee down for support. And then bring my right foot forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Arms down. We're going to do one more full round, right side, left side. Here we go. Push the outsides of the feet down. Reposition the feet if you need to. Make sure the toes are pointing towards the front, not coming outwards. All right. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Hands down. Step that right foot back to a high lunge, or you can bring that knee down. Stepping back to a plank, knees down or up. You're going to exhale. Inhale. Exhale to your downward dog. Now inhale, right foot forward. I brought my left knee down for support. Exhale, left foot. Go deeper into your fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. One more. My dog, sorry guys. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. You're in the way, buddy. Exhale, fold. Step that left foot back, knee to the ground if you want. Step the right foot back to that plank or be off the knees. Come down into your push-up with support of the knees if you need. Then you're going to come forward into your cobra, making your way into that downward dog. I'm bringing that right knee down, so I have support to bring my left foot forward, but remember, you don't have to bring that knee down. Then you're going to bring that right foot forward. Exhale deeper. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Stand in stillness for just a moment. You're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Step your left foot back. We're coming into a crescent lunge. So my back heel is up. My left knee can be up or it can be down. So these are the variations and modifications that you can do. Whatever works best for you. We're going to come into, it's called a crescent T lunge. So we are working the obliques, warming up the glutes, the hamstrings and the back to come into our, after this pose will be our first yin pose. But first we're going to come into that crescent T lunge. So we have the arms up. If that knee is down, what happens is on the exhalation, you're bringing that right arm down and you're turning at the upper body only the obliques. So don't be turning the hips. We're not rotating there. It's all within the upper body. Then you inhale back. If you're off that back knee, you're actually going to be sinking deeper into the pose. So your arms are up, then you exhale, then inhale up. So you guys choose. We have 1 minute of this to happen. So here we go. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Go at your pace. Make sure you're not flying those arms around. Work in that upper body. You pick on what variation works for you. My last half I'll demonstrate with the knee down. My hips aren't moving with the knee down. It's all in my upper body. Working into the lower back, working into the shoulders, working into my obliques. Nice smooth breath. Keep going, keep those shoulders away from the ears. Last one. So if your knee is up, bring it down. As I showed in my quick little link that I sent to most of you yesterday, if you need support underneath the knee, you can take that blanket and place it underneath the knee or a little bit behind. We're coming into our modified runner's lunge. So your hands can be on the mat, or if you have those blocks, you can use the blocks. Nothing says you have to use props, by the way. It's just more for what feels best for you. I'm going to slide my left foot back, leg back a little bit more. I'm actually going to untuck my toe. And I'm bringing my right foot back. So my right knee comes over those toes and I'm lifting my heel. Set yourselves up. I'll give you a couple more seconds here. You want those hips pushing down. So you're feeling it in the left pelvis. Can you feel that? I can. And we're going to start. Go. At any point, if you need to readjust yourself. If you feel like the hands on the floor aren't doing it for you, you can grab those blocks or the books, put them under there. So we are looking for discomfort, not pain, discomfort. You're feeling the muscles elongate. And because we warmed up the body, our lovely yang pose is there at the beginning, the muscles are ready and the fascia is ready to be held in the yin pose. Continue to breathe. A few of you may want more of a challenge. If you're here and you're like, hey, I'm not feeling much, you can raise that back knee. So you tuck those toes, lift up, and hold. You have less than a minute. Remember, whatever variation works for you, knee down, but we're sinking those hips down. Right knee's coming over those right toes. Nine more seconds. Smooth breath. So you're going to anchor your hands into the mat. Bring that heel, the right heel down. I'm going to tuck my left toes under, and I'm going to step forward beside my right. Exhale into a forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. And release the arms down. Inhale. Arms extend up, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. This time, we're going to step the right foot back, coming into our crescent lunge with the left leg in front. So remember those choices. Right knee can be down, toes tucked or untucked, or you can be up. All right, here we go. Come on up to your crescent lunge, shoulders away from the ears. And we're gonna come into that minute of movement. Here we go. Watch that left arm, swing it back, sink down, up. So remember, the sinking is only happening if that back knee is up. If the back knee isn't up and it's on the floor, it's all within the obliques. Go at your pace. We're not looking for flexibility here, guys. We're looking for mobility. See if you can get that little smile on your face. Some of you are like, Cheryl, you are crazy. But nothing like a smile while you practice. Keep going. 5 more seconds. If that knee was up, bring it down. Bring the hands to the mat. Wiggle that right leg back. Untuck the toes if you'd like. Remember that support underneath the right knee. Bring that left foot back a bit. And I'm lifting the heel. I'm sinking my sinking my hips down. My left knee, I'll take that off. You can see it's coming over my left toes. Remember, if you want more of a challenge, you can bring that right knee up. And we're gonna hold. Relax your face. We're here for 2 minutes. If you have to come out early and even go into a child's pose, please feel free to come out early. I love having my guest. T, go lay down. Go lay down. Lay down. Good boy. You should be my mascot, right? Smooth breath. We're almost to a minute. So again, if you need to readjust and you've got that back knee down, you can lean the hips down further. Or if you want more of a challenge and that knee was down, you can bring the knee up. All right? And remember, you can have those blocks if you need them, or books underneath the hands. Especially if you feel like the hands, you have shorter arms. Because remember, we're all built differently. We may need that support underneath the hands. So feeling that mild to intense, I should say moderate to intense discomfort within the hips. See if you can engage the glutes, tighten them up. Smooth breath. We have about 40 seconds. Again, seeing if you can smile. The breath is ragged, or if you notice yourself catching the breath, find that nice smooth rhythm again. Ten more seconds. Relax the forehead. Again, if you're clenching that jaw, if you're anything like me, relax the jaw. We're going to set that left heel down, tuck the back toes, root the hands into the mat, step that right foot forward beside the left, come into that forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms up, slight back bend if it feels good. Then releasing those arms down. Before we move into our next yang pose, just take a moment to focus in on the right hip, and the left hip area. The pelvis. Was one side easier than the other? It's absolutely normal for one side to be easier than the other. Any warmth, any sensation? Again, staying in Tadasana, making sure those toes are pointing towards the front wall in front of you. You're going to inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring those hands down and step the left foot back. So your right foot's in the front. You're gonna bring that left knee down, untuck the toes. We're gonna come into our next yang pose. It's called the Spartan push-up. So you wanna bring the hands on the inside of the right leg and bring that right foot towards the corner of the right side of the mat. So I'm just gonna turn forward just so you can see front view what that looks like. So I'm here and I'm just gonna wiggle my foot out to the side. So now my whole upper torso has room on the inside of my right leg. So for the Spartan push-up, I know some of you are like, what, push-ups? Don't worry, there's lots of variations. We're gonna take the easy variation today. So I'm gonna leave my back knee down. Again, if you need that support underneath the knee, place it there. Both hands on the inside of my right leg. And what's gonna happen is I'm coming down into a push-up and then back up. Push up, back up. We're gonna do this for another 55 seconds. So if you haven't started already, you can come into it. I'm also trying to lower my hips down. It's not gonna look like a huge movement, but my goal is to keep my spine in the same line. Keep going. Now, if you're feeling like this isn't enough of a challenge, you can keep that left hand more centered underneath that left shoulder. Bring the right hand arm behind you and push up. That's the next step for the upper body. You choose. We have 10 seconds left. We're gonna get ready for that yin pose. So coming up on the hands, remember that leg, the right leg, you're gonna wiggle it out a little bit further and have the toes pointing away. So if I'm facing this way, oh, you can't see my toes, they're this way, all right? From here, that's where we're coming into the wide-legged runner's lunge. So you can stay on the hands, you can come down or have the hands on blocks and you can adjust the height. We're looking for that target area within the pelvis, the hips, and even possibly into the glutes, the hamstrings. If you want to go a little bit deeper, and come on down to the forearms. Keep that neck in line with the spine, feels good, unless you want to tuck the chin in towards the chest. If you want to go deeper into that back leg, you can lift that back knee and come into it. We have about 1.5 minutes left, so pick whatever works best for you. Continue to breathe. Remember, you need to readjust during the pose, readjust. Smooth breath. Getting ready to come out of the pose. If you're down on your forearms, come on back up to the hands. If that back knee is down, tuck the back toes. You're going to bring that left leg behind, or sorry, your right leg behind you, come into a downward dog. So take a moment here. If you haven't taken a break, remember, anytime you need to take a break, take the break. If you need to come into downward dog or child's pose, it's something you can build up to holding it longer, all right? From here, come down to the knees. So we're in table, and then we can just come into a little cat and cow for a moment. Feel if there's any sensations in the lumbar spine. And then come on back in to your downward dog. You're going to be bringing that left leg forward. So you can have that right knee down and bring the leg forward, or you can bring left leg forward between the hands. Gently bring that right knee down, wiggle the left foot to the edge of the mat, arms on the inside. We're going to come into those Spartan push-ups. So remember, you can have that back knee down or back knee up. We're going to do this for a minute and go. Control. Use that core. If the back knee is up, bring it down if this is getting a little bit too intense. Or if you're like, I need more of a challenge, bring that left arm behind you and come in to the Spartan push-up. We're almost there, guys. 10 more seconds. On your last one, you can gently bring that knee down. If it was up, turn the left toes outwards. You can even wiggle the foot a little bit more. We're coming into that wide-legged runner's lunge. You can bring that right leg back a little bit further if you feel like you need more of an extension. And this is where you can stay up on the hands, or if you have blocks, send those hips forward. So you're getting a stretch on now, this time on the right, maybe within the left glute into the hamstring, or you can come on down. We're here for 2 minutes. Enjoy it. Remember, we don't want this to be comfortable. We want that discomfort. And I know some of you are like, discomfort, but this is yoga. We are tackling that fascia, that connective tissue. And some of you have heard me say this before. Our fascia is throughout our whole entire body. It's a spider web holding everything together. So the moment when we start neglecting our fascia, which the majority of us do, fascia is a new science within the last, like say 20, 30 years. And when we're not taking care of that fascia, it's going to dry up. And that's where we're going to start getting injuries or tightness, discomfort. But the discomfort we don't want, I guess. We are getting there. We have another 40 seconds. Maybe seeing if you can have the eyes closed. Focusing on that breath. Feeling the breath traveling to the spots of the stretch. Imagining that fascia as if it's an elastic chain, and another little link of elastic is being added to your chain. Our next movement is getting ready to come out of this. So if you were down on your forearms, you can come back onto the hands. If you were using blocks, you can move the blocks out of the way. You can just bring the hips back a little bit of a movement, tuck that back toe and step back to your downward dog. Oh yeah, that feels amazing. Telling you, our hips will love us forever, taking care of them. From here, you're gonna come into a plank. Bring the knees down if you need to. You can come into a full push-up or a 6-point. Slide yourself forward to a cobra. Come back to a downward dog. You're gonna bring that right foot forward, then left foot forward, then come into a forward fold, flat back, forward fold. Bring those arms up and release the arms down. We're gonna come back into those prayer squats. So we did them at the very beginning of the class. So find that distance of the feet, either together or hip width apart, or possibly even a little bit further than hip width. Remember, we don't want to be hinging at the waist, so you're just coming down as far as comfortable without losing that integrity of the core. We're going to tighten just below the belly. Engage those glutes, protect the lower back. We're going to do this for 1 minute and go. Prayer position, arms up. Prayer, arms up. As you can see, I'm in no rush. I am focusing, control, my breath. Inhale when I extend. We have 20 seconds. Remember, try not to hinge. Don't do this. All right, that's not what we're looking for. So even if you're here, that's as far as you can make it. Just listen to your body, all right? Toes are pointing forward, so if you have to reposition the feet at all, reposition them. One more. Release those arms down. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bring those hands down. You're going to step one leg back, bring the knee down. Other leg back, knee down. You're going to come to sitting on your derriere. We're now going to come into that diamond pose that I demonstrated yesterday for some of you. Pretty sure you all got the video. So diamond, as you probably saw in the preview video, it's not cobbler's pose. That's another pose that we'll get to in these classes. Diamond, we're laying, I'm just going to roll this up a little bit more. So my leg isn't all the way in. I'm extended. I have a nice diamond shape. The palms of my feet are together. I'm centered on my sit bones. I'm going to take in a nice deep breath. Bring those arms up, shoulders away from the ears, and then I'm exhaling forward and bringing my hands down. So I'm feeling this myself in my hamstrings. You can have blocks underneath the hands that give you a little bit more push, a little bit more stability, and being able to hold a static pose. You can tuck the chin in towards the chest if you want to get a deeper stretch into the back of the neck. Nice smooth breath. Remember, if you feel like you've gotten to a point where it's easy, like everything's stretched out to where you need it to be, go a little bit further. Get that, visualize that muscle, the fascia and the muscle being pulled gently apart. This is why we're warming it up with our yang poses. We don't want to come into it on a cold sponge, cold and dry. We want it nice and warm so those muscles are ready to bring that length to them. A little bit of work, a little bit of love. Smooth breath. We have another 30 seconds. Slowly walk those hands back. We want the support of the hands underneath the knees, the outside of the knees. Gently bring them up. Extend the legs, gentle shake. Make your way back up to standing, from table to downward dog. You can walk those feet forward between the hands. Fold a little bit, then come on up, arms down. It's our last set of prayer squats. So I stayed with a couple of the same yang poses through the practice just so you can get used to them. So feet are anchored. Here we go. Sit back, extend. Sit back, extend. And remember, you don't have to stay with me. Go at your pace. Again, we want that control. It's not a race on how many squats we can get. It's focusing in on our core, on our control. The reason why I didn't leave my fireplace on, my wood pellet stove, I knew I was going to get really, really warm. We're almost there. We have less than 10 seconds. Last extension. Bring those arms down. You're going to come down to the floor. Come into your tabletop first. You can even do a little bit of a cat and a cow. Feel a release in that lower back. It's all within the spine. And then you're going to be making your way down onto your belly. We're going to get ready for our prone Spartan pose. So for this pose, you do not need any props. So you're going to come onto your belly. You're going to extend those arms out in front of you. So my mic is right underneath me. So if I get muffled, I do apologize. My legs are together. My toes are pointing towards the wall behind me. And I'm pretending that someone's actually pulling my toes behind me. So I'm engaging the legs and the glutes and the lower back. With my arms, they're pointing towards the wall in front of me. And I'm going to bring my forehead down. I'm going to start with my right arm. My left arm is going to stay extended out. I'm just going to come up for a moment, take my right arm and tuck it, coming towards the left, my palm facing down. For some of us, we might like that palm facing up. I'm sorry if I'm muffling you on the mic. There, I'll raise it up. Then I'm going to bring my forehead down. So the whole time, get yourself positioned in there. We're going to start the 2 minutes now. That extended left arm, you're pretending that someone's pulling your left fingers forward and someone's still pulling your toes behind you. So you're noticing we're working into the upper back here. And I set myself back up. I'm going to hold it with you. Keep holding. Still have a minute and a half to go. Almost there. Keep reaching. Don't become passive. We're not doing restorative right now. I feel this on my right side, my lats, my shoulder blades, even going up into my neck a little bit, but not a painful stretch. It's a nice elongation. I'm kind of loving it right now. I might not want to move. Come out of this. What I want you to do is just slide your left hand back, give a little push up in the body and take that right arm out. Extend it out. Have both arms extended for a moment. And just feel the difference between the right shoulder, upper body, compared to the left. Remove now with the left arm coming underneath the right. So when you're ready, take that left arm, feed it through, and then bring that head down to the floor. I'm going to be muffling the mic for a second, so if you hear a little bit of a whoosh, I'm sorry. Making sure you are extending those right fingers forward, left toes back. Right hand back. Twist yourself. Bend at the knees. Walk the hands back. Come into your tabletop. So for tabletop, wrists in line with the shoulders, knees same distance as your hips. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Again, if you need that support underneath the knees, remember those blankets you can put underneath or just be behind them so there's no pressure on the knees. We're going to come into our bird dog flow. So it's basically alternating arms and legs for a minute, extending one arm forward while the other leg, the opposite leg, is extending back. We want the foot to be flexed, coming in with that extension, and we don't want to be coming up above the alignment of the hip. So don't be flying the leg up. We want it coming back like this. All right. So here we go. We've got it for 1 minute. On your marks, get set, go. So I'm extending my left arm, right leg, and come down. Switch. And just continue with that motion till I tell you to stop, unless you need to stop beforehand. And remember, your pace, make sure your body's not winging side to side. We have control, core right below that belly button. Extend, keep those hips in line. You're looking about a half a foot to a foot in front of you, not at the floor below you. Five more seconds. So finishing off to make sure it's equal. Come to your tabletop, then come to sitting on your heels. Coming into rock pose. I know for some of us, rock pose can be uncomfortable. So if sitting on your heels is not achievable for you right now, and even if putting a blanket underneath the knees doesn't work, please feel free. You can go into easy pose, which is seated cross-legged position, Sukhasana. We're going to move into our neck stretches. So shoulders are down away from the ears. We're going to take in a nice deep breath. Exhale. You're going to inhale, chin towards chest. Exhale it back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. One more. Inhale, chin to chest. Exhale. Come back up with the neck in line with the spine. We're now going to go from side to side. Taking a nice deep breath, turn towards the right. Seeing if you can bring the neck in line with the shoulder as close as it can. Exhale, center. I did that wrong, sorry. Exhale, turn. Inhale, center. We're going to do 2 more rounds. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. We're going to go ear to shoulder. We're going to start with the left ear coming to the left shoulder. So take a deep breath in first. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Last one is our circles. Do it with control. We're going to do 2 rounds per direction. So we're going to bring that chin in towards the chest. And I'm going in a circle to the right. At the same time, I am breathing. That's 1. 2. When my chin comes towards my chest, I'm going to change direction. Then bring that neck back up in line with the spine. We're going to move into Kapalabhati, which is our fire breath. You're going to go into this with your own rhythm or your own tempo. There's no rush. We're just going to do 2 rounds, 30 seconds each. So let's find that natural breath. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Continue with that rhythm. Inhale, exhale. And with Kapalabhati, this is all going to be through the nose. So remember, it's a forceful exhalation, and your inhalation comes pretty naturally. Do 1 more exhalation. Inhale, and begin. On your next exhalation, exhale, hinging forward. Empty all the air out and stay hinged forward for as long as you can, holding the exhalation. So all the air has been exited out. Now inhale up. We're going to go into 1 more round. So if you notice, if your eyes were open, I had my hand on my belly just for guidance of the movement of the belly. You don't have to have the hand on the belly. They can be on the legs. I do suggest doing this with the eyes closed if you're able to. If not, just nice soft gaze forward, slightly down. Nice deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And begin. Next exhalation, hinge forward. Holding the breath. Exhaled, I should say. Then inhale up. Slide off those heels. Extend the legs out in front of you. Nice gentle shake to the legs. We're going to get ready for final relaxation. So just bend the knees slightly, bring your bum down, or sorry, your back down to the mat. If you need a blanket or some extra cushioning underneath the knees. Arms are about a 45-degree angle from the body, palms facing up. For some of us, those palms down are way more comfortable. Shoulders are away from the ears. Legs are gently parted. We will be moving into tensing practice first to allow the muscles to relax even more. So eyes are closed. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale. Now tense everything. If you have to lift the head, lift the legs, tense, 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 and relax. Again, tense it all up. Relax. One more, tense it up. And relax. Allowing the eyes to close. If you want that blanket for warmth, feel the calmness of the belly, the relaxed state of the feet and legs. They're completely relaxed. Your hips and back and spine are relaxed. The belly, the chest are relaxed. The hands and arms are soft and relaxed. Your shoulders and your neck and your jaw are relaxed. The tongue, the eyes, and the forehead are relaxed. The whole body is relaxed. Slowly bringing movement to the toes and the fingers. Go circles with the wrists and the ankles. Bring those legs together and stretch those arms overhead. Give yourself a gentle stretch from the fingers all the way down to the toes. And relax. Those arms back down, making your way to the fetal position. If you're sleeping in bed on your side, resting the head on the lower bicep. Then pushing your way up to a seated cross-legged position, easy pose. And extend those arms up, gentle stretch, shoulders away from the ears. Bring that right hand down to the floor. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back up. Exhale over to, oh, it's the wrong, that was right. This is left. Whatever works. And come back up to center. Bring those hands down in front of the heart. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, or anytime, whenever you're watching the recording. If you have any questions, again, send me a Facebook message or Instagram message or an email, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Recording will be sent out to you today, probably before this afternoon. Everyone have a great day. Thank you so much. Namaste.